I am sitting directly in the sun. Crap. Oh well. Hello, welcome to my channel. I guess is what YouTubers usually say. Hey guys, so today I want to talk about hospitals and medical care and our experience as a family of 4 in Japan so far. And maybe I can offer a little bit of advice along the way, but I guess we'll see. So today I am staying home because I have the cold. I've got a lot of coughing. I haven't been feeling very well, which usually I would tough through and go to school anyway, but my daughter is also sick, so I stayed home and we both went to the doctor just to get checked up and hopefully prevent this from spreading to my 2-year-old and my husband. But my first advice would definitely be to find a doctor, a family doctor, a pediatrician, somewhere in your town that you can go to when someone is sick. Preferably go get a checkup first, and when you do, they'll give you something like this. It's what I take with me to the doctor's office so that they can find my file easily and such. But anyway, that will kind of save you some time if someone is sick. Like my daughter was when we first got here. My 2-year-old had a fever where she started shaking, and not having any, we don't have a car, so we walk everywhere, which is really convenient except for when your daughter is shaking with a fever and you're not sure where to take her. So we took her to the hospital that is within walking distance of our home, but it being Saturday night, they don't take patients on a Saturday night because I guess the staff isn't there to take the patients. So I called my host mother, who was very kind, and came, picked us up and took us to the hospital that is open and available for children on the weekends. And so that would be my definite first advice based on personal experience and also just common sense. Find a doctor when you get here and don't put it off. We put it off thinking next weekend or next week we'll figure it out. We'll get their checkup done next week, and the next week is when she got sick. So that would be my first thing. The second thing is, one reason why we kept putting it off is because we were waiting for our healthcare card. So I do pay for healthcare every month for our family, but my card came much quicker than my family. In fact, we're still waiting for my kids, which is not normal for the JET program, but my supervisor is working with me in the department that needs to get this going quickly. So it's not a supervisor thing either. But anyway, in the States, if you don't have your insurance card, you usually, at least I did, wait to go to the doctor until you have it, because once you pay it, you've paid it, and I don't have good experience calling the insurance company trying to get my money back. So here I guess by default went by the same rule of thumb. You don't have to do that, which is such a relief. So when we took my daughter to the hospital because she had that fever, I was thinking, hundreds of dollars we're gonna have to pay out of pocket, which is really more than we could truly afford. And though that was true, we did have to pay about $300 for emergency care at the hospital at like 9 o'clock at night because we didn't have our insurance card. They gave us a receipt that kind of looks like this. And I'm not gonna show you too much of the details of it, but it's like a slip of paper. And it has the cost of how much you pay on it, which for us is about $300, 30,000 yen. But if you hold on to that slip of paper, when you get your insurance card, you can take that with that slip of paper back to the hospital, and you will get all of that back at the hospital in cash, which has that really threw me for a loop. It was kind of a relief to know that it's so simple to be able to backdate things like that. Granted, everything is paper and cash. So at the hospital, we had to pay cash. They did not take a card. which I was very surprised about because I don't usually carry hundreds of dollars or 10,000s of yen in my purse. But that seems to be normal here. So that's something to kind of keep in mind if you're going to the doctor's office. Really make sure that you have a little bit of cash on you. Which is my other thing. You don't have to pay $300 on a regular, like it's not usually 30,000 yen when you go to the doctor's office. It was for us because we went to the emergency care. It was the evening, it was the weekend for that particular visit. Today I went to the doctor's office, and with my personal insurance card, because I have my card, I paid 1280 yen, 1,280 yen, which if you were to directly just translate that, I'm not doing conversion rates, is like $12. So for that $12 or 1,280 yen, I got the medicine that I've been prescribed, and it was the cost for the care itself, checking my temperature and just what you would normally do when you go to the doctor's office. So that was $12.80 for me. For my daughter, because we still don't have her insurance card yet, which it's coming eventually, we paid $60.40, so $6,040. And for her, she got her medicine and her care as well. It was a family doctor, so we were able to do it all at one time. But once we get our insurance card, we can take that back and get that money back. So far we've actually been to 3 different doctors. So we'll have to go back to 3 different locations to get our money back. That, I will say, is very inconvenient. Not for the system itself, but because we should have had our insurance card sooner. And that's, you know, it is what it is. There's not really much of a point to get upset about it. At least I don't think so. I feel like it's a waste of energy. So anyway, it is what it is. At least we're getting the care that we need. It's not nearly as expensive as I thought it would be. So there's that. As far as my experience with the doctors have been incredibly kind and very, very informative. If there's anything I don't understand, they try to translate it either with a smartphone app or, you know, with the English that they do know. Granted, I speak fairly fluent Japanese, so communication with the doctor isn't too much of an issue for me. If my husband ever goes by himself, he doesn't speak any Japanese right now, so his experience might be a little bit different. But the doctors have been incredibly informative. And not only that, when they tell me what I need to take, as far as the medicine that I'm taking, how many times I need to take it, how many days worth of medicine I have, the paper that they gave me has a picture of every medicine. So for instance, I got a lot more medicine than I am used to getting, but I usually don't go to the doctor when I'm sick. I usually tough it out as much as I can. That is not the rule of thumb here, but given that healthcare is a lot more affordable, I can see why. So, but anyway, this is what my doctor gave me. So you can see that each picture, like there's an actual picture of each pill in the packaging it comes in, and then it tells you how many times to take it, and so like morning, afternoon, evening, how many days worth you have. So I have like 4 days worth of medicine, and then it gives me some specific information here, which even though, yeah, I can speak Japanese, I'm not very good at reading it. So I can either ask my coworkers or someone I know to read it, or I just use Google Translate. I mean, it's not the best translation, but enough to like, oh, this is for reducing pain, or oh, this is an antibiotic, stuff like that. What I really appreciate is that this literally looks like the medicine I'm taking. So it's a lot easier to follow those instructions from the doctor if I can use the pictures to help guide me. My daughter, on the other hand, so she also has her medicine in the same manner. She also has all of her medicine organized based on like what it is, how many times a day, and all that. But what they did for the kids is they put it in this neat little bottle, and then they have these markings. So for every time she takes medicine, you get a syringe or a spoon and you pour just enough to get down to the next red line. So she has enough here for 4 days worth of medicine. She thinks it tastes good, so she enjoys taking medicine, which I'm grateful for, in the I can give her what she needs when she needs it. But also I think it's interesting for kids to like medicine. But anyway, that's a whole separate thing. So that is my experience so far with healthcare in Japan. Everyone's been really nice. It is truly affordable even if you don't have insurance, and if for some reason your healthcare card, you don't have it yet, you can still go to the doctor's office. You can still afford the care, I mean assuming you can afford the care, and you'll get your money back once your health insurance card comes in. Now granted, getting your money back is because I was supposed to have my card already. So I don't want this to confuse anyone. I'm not getting money back because I'm finally getting insured. I'm getting my money back because I have been insured, but for some reason I don't have my health card yet to prove it. So I just want to make that clear. If you are coming on Jet, you do have health care once you start working. If you for some reason don't have your insurance card, go to the doctor anyway, you will get your money back. So that has been my experience. I really appreciate that. Oh, one more thing. I should have mentioned this earlier. So in my city, children have free healthcare, which is why this 6,040 yen is coming directly back to us. If you live in a different city, then you might not. I'm not entirely sure. Granted, Japan has this big initiative to encourage people to have children. So I would say that's a general rule of thumb, but I don't really know. Okay, so that has basically been my experience so far with the healthcare system in Japan. If you have any questions on anything else, or if you want me to elaborate any more, I can do my best. But also, if you've had your own experience with healthcare in Japan and you think that you'd like to share it, write it in the comments. I'm sure if anyone finds this video interesting, they'll be reading the comments for more info. But anyway, yeah, so have a good day, guys. Bye.